Hello Aries, welcome to my channel. Wow, this is Brandon here to do another energetic reading for you guys. I hope you guys have been having a fantastic week so far. I hope your day is going well. I hope this video is catching you at a good time so that we all have a good time while we're watching it. For those that are new to my channel, the way that I do it is I do a reading for each kind of Aries out there. We're gonna do, sorry, that might be a little bit loud. There we go. Sorry about that. But the way I do it on my channels, I'm going to do 3 cards for each kind of Aries out there. We're going to do 3 for the Aries that's single, 3 for the Aries that's in a loving relationship, and 3 for Aries in love, or excuse me, the Aries that's a little bit complicated. Maybe you've got some things going on, or maybe you're the cause of your own complications, but either way, we're going to try to figure out what's going on for you. At the end of the day, please do remember that you're all Aries, so you can pull information from any one of the 3 stacks. As you know, with energy, it's all cyclical. It's all one thing. So you can take, you can take information from any one of the sets that we have here. And they all usually do kind of run into each other because you all are the same sign. But I am pulling from the same pool of energy that all of you are. So let's go ahead and get into it. What do we have for Aries coming up? We're getting towards mid-October now. Welcome to mid-October. Hopefully you guys are getting ready for All Hallows Eve. Whatever you do to celebrate that, I hope you have a fun, safe time. Love to see some of your costumes out there. If you're in the Jacksonville area, maybe we'll catch each other out at a party or something like that. Let's see, what do we have for, there we go. That card seems to not want to be seen. But as we do on this channel, we see the unseen, don't we? So the first card to pop out for my single Aries out there is Will. And just like you see in the card here, the turtle is going through the desert, one foot in front of the other, taking its time, you know, slow and steady wins the race. And that's where you are right now. You're taking your time with things, you're seeing things through in a way that you're not just rushing into anything, making the impulsive decision that we can get caught up in making sometimes, and that's a beautiful place to find yourself in, especially for an Aries. You guys are fire, so I mean, it's great that you're taking pause and coming into this throat chakra energy and allowing your expression of self to lead the way. The next card to pop out from my beautiful Aries, this is one thing that's going to be key for you, a key ingredient in whatever pasta it is that you're making for your life, but that is sacral energy. Okay, this is the energetic field of your relationships. The Svadhisthana speaks of sweetness. It speaks of the things in your life that you cherish, and that's pretty much what you want around you, is relationships that cultivate a feeling of belonging, that bring a sense that you are more than welcome in this world of ours. Those are the kind of energetic people that you want around you, is those that make you feel that you're allowed to be you, and that extend your own qualities out into the world. They say, bring that over here because we enjoy that. Those are the kind of people that you want to keep around you in the next coming weeks. That's one thing I think we should all do, you know, from here until the end of eternity, is try to keep people around us that not only we can have a good time around, but want us to be ourselves while we're around them. But keep an eye on your relationships. That's what that card speaks to me. Make sure that you're being nourishing to those around you who deserve it, those who need it. And this is going to be something to kind of work on for yourself, to be aware of, and that's your own intuition. Okay? This speaks of the ajna, the mind chakra, and this is a card where you should be listening to that mind, that quiet voice of yours. Even in tough situations, I know how it can be out there. I know how, you know, certain external influences can bring us out of ourselves at times, and that's what you want to avoid, is somebody pulling you out of the state of being that you're trying to accomplish, or that you've already achieved and you're existing in. You want to be aware of people who purposely are trying to pull you out of that wonderful wave that you're on right now, to where you're thinking about things, you're taking your time with decisions, you're making wise decisions that serve you and your greater purpose. You want to make sure nobody is taking you out of that. So follow your own intuition. Use that powerful Aries mind to be well aware of not only what's going on in the world around you, but what's going on inside of you as well. It's one thing to get overwhelmed by our feelings. We don't want that to happen, but you don't want to ignore them either. So follow your intuition, follow your spirit guides, whatever you use, get into meditation, do something for you that allows you to take a pause and see what's really going on, not only in your environment around you, but also the one inside of you as well. Next cards are going to be for the Aries in love, the booed up Aries. The first one to pop out for you guys, and this is where you are right now, is family. You're doing exactly what it is you need to do for you and your union and your children if you have them, or anybody who's in your soul tribe, anybody who's connected to you through the unity of you and your partner. It's a wonderful place to be in, especially if you're in a relationship, is well aware of what it is that you need to do, not only for yourself, but for those in your immediate circle as well. Fantastic, Aries. I love that. That's fantastic. The power for you guys coming up in the next couple is going to be your inner child. Is getting out there and just enjoying life. Bounding through the field of existence that we all find ourselves a part of. When you were a kid, life was simple. You woke up and you thought about everything that you wanted to do during that day to bring you joy. And that's what connecting to your inner child is. I mean, some people might take that as I don't want to be, immature about things, and that's not what this card is asking you to do. This card is asking you to wake up, be happy that you have woken up, and be excited about the possibilities of the day. That's going to be a strength for you, especially within you and your union, is being able to say, hey, let's go out to the yard and just maybe enjoy a mimosa, or let's go and roller skate or something like that. Play some miniature golf. Let's do something that makes us enjoy our lives together. Make sure you're paying attention to that. If things have been a little bit argumentative between you and your partner, that inner child aspect of things, like, hey, why don't we skip the argument for now and just go out to the yard and dance around under the sun or something like that? Why don't we go out under the moonlight and just kind of tell each other stories about our childhood? Do something that ignites that flare of how it used to feel to wake up and go and be with your best friend during the summer days. And the next card to pop up for my Aries in love, this is something to be aware of, to look out for even, is your emotions. This is sacral energy right here. You want to make sure that you're aligning yourself with that higher self that allows for the sacral to really magnify its power. Like I said earlier to the single Aries, the sacral is the seat of creation. It's where your even the ability to feel enjoyment comes from. And that's what you want to make sure that you're being aware of. You're not getting caught up in the trudges of that argumentative stance that you can find yourselves in with your partner at times. Make sure you're not dwelling on those things, because it's pulling you both down. And if you have children involved, it's pulling them down too. So be aware of that. Like I said, you don't want to ignore your feelings when something is going on, but you don't want to let it overwhelm you either. And a lot of times, the things that we get ourselves caught up on is really not all that important in the grand scheme of things, because there's a whole rest of our lives to live instead of just this one moment. And we're going to get into the cards for my complicated Aries out there. For whatever reason that you find yourself complicated, if it's somebody else doing it to you, we're going to see if we can't help clear that up. If it's you causing your own complications, we're going to see if we can't give you a couple of pointers to get you out of that labyrinth as well. And the first card to pop up for the beautiful Aries is personal boundaries. This is you right now. You're setting your boundaries appropriately. You're actively trying to uncomplicate your life, because that's what Aries does. We don't I'm not an Aries, I'm sorry. You guys don't sit back and allow things to happen. I do have Aries in my chart, but you guys don't sit back and allow yourself to be steered in any direction you don't want to go in. Aries is a take charge kind of sign. That's what you guys do. You dwell in your power. You live there. And only time you're not there is when you've stepped out on your own. But right now, this is what you're doing. You're setting those boundaries appropriately. If somebody is lending confusion into your world, you're saying, whoa, 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 whoa. Enough is enough. I need clarity of what exactly it is that we're shooting for here. And that's a beautiful stance to find yourself in, especially in a complicated situation. And this is going to be your superpower coming up in the next couple, is your honesty, Aries. Aries is, you guys talk your mind. It doesn't matter if it makes somebody uncomfortable. You're saying what the hell it is you got to say. And that's never to your detriment. I feel like even when people are brutally honest, that's their truth. So it's not really, it's more elegant than it is brutal. It might sound harsh, but in essence, it's very elegant. And what needs to be heard 99% of the time, like that 1% that you're not supposed to like tell the honest truth, is when somebody with low self-esteem is like, how do I look in this dress? And you're like, but you're like, it's all right, but how about we try something else? That's the time when you're kind of out of your honesty arena there. But 99.9% of the time, 99% of the time, we want to be as honest as we can. It is the key to the Visuddha energy, the throat chakra, is honesty. You can't have that chakra in alignment without it. It's a direct challenge to the throat chakra to not be honest and speak your truth. So make sure you're not just being a yes person and saying, that's the popular consensus, so I'll just go with that. Or I don't want to make this person think some kind of way about me, so let me just go along with what it is that they're saying. No, we want to avoid that completely and say, I kind of disagree. And a lot of the times, most of the time, you'll find that even though you and this person may have disagreed on something, you both come to a new plateau of understanding about whatever it is that you had the disagreement on. And that's a wonderful thing. And the final card to pop up for my beautiful Aries, this is what we want to keep sharpening, this is what we want to continue to work on, or to start working on, is that third eye chakra energy, the Ajna Aj. I love that chakra. It's once you find yourself stepping in the rhythm of that chakra, everything else just falls into line, because you've already done the work without even realizing that you're doing it. You're following your instincts, you're following your intuition, you're going with your higher self on the journey, not against it. And the way to do that, the way to balance your third eye, is to find ways to get into that stillness. With the meditation you see a lot of people doing, that's not doing nothing. They're not doing nothing, they're being still. Your most potent connection with the divine, with God, with source, with creation, with whatever you want to call that energy, with science, is the pause in between your in and out breath. And that's why people get into this stance and do it that way, so that they can be aware of those breaths. And when you get into that stance of meditation, you're connecting yourself to the ground beneath you and the sky above you. And that's what you want to try to do for yourself. If you've already been doing it, keep doing it. Find new ways of doing it so that you don't get stuck in a rut and get bored with what it is that you're doing. And keep enlightening yourself. Keep strengthening that third eye, because that's going to be extra power for you, especially if you're trying to uncomplicate your life or come into your own power. Okay? And we're going to pull one from the bottom to close it all out. And this is overall for the entirety of the Aries family, not just single, not just blah, blah, blah. This is for all of you. Let's make sure that we're tending to our relationships, okay? That is the sacral energy. That's the color of this card. That orange that you see there, that peach orange that's going on right there, is this Vadasthana. That's the sacral energy, and that is directly tied to the health of our relationships and our bonds. It's where our emotions spring from. So if you're out of alignment, you'll notice that your relationships seem to be a little bit off. They're never quite as fulfilling as they should be. You'll find yourself not able to get into a stance of creation if you're artistic, or if you're not, and you're having trouble finding your way into that door. You have to balance this chakra in order to begin those steps, or to take more powerful steps on that journey into creation, into artistry, into whatever it is that you're trying to do with your life. So let's make sure that we're attending to our relationships in a way that is providing nourishment to our own lives. Well, that's all I have for you for now. I know that was a little bit longer of a video, and I do apologize for anybody that I took a little bit out of your day. I hope you enjoyed that. I can't wait to speak with you guys again soon. In the meantime, please take care of yourselves. Take care of everybody else as much as you can. I hope you have a beautiful day. And if you do feel any kind of down on yourself or anything like that, realize that you are important. You do deserve love. You do deserve happiness. And start taking steps to go and find that, because it is out there waiting for you to embrace it. I'll be talking with you guys soon. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace and namaste.